Hi, I'm Emily Belovich, and I work as an electrical engineer at the NASA Glenn Research Center. Let's answer your questions about my job. Adeline from Gillis Suite in Fairview Park wants to know, why did you choose this job? Well, I work at NASA as an electrical engineer. So I wanted to become an electrical engineer because I liked math. Also, when I was in school, I got to do an activity where I wrote code on the computer to make LED light turn on and off and blink slow or fast. I thought that was really cool. And then when I was in college, I worked as an intern at several different places before coming to NASA. But my internship at NASA was the most fun, both because of the projects I got to work on and the people I got to work with. So I've stayed at NASA ever since. Amy from Whole Prairie Intermediate in Perrysburg asks, how long does it take to become a NASA professional? Well, Amy, I can tell you that it can take a long time to become a NASA professional. I first started working at NASA almost 5 years ago, and there are still lots of days when I still feel like a beginner. The good news is that there are lots of people who have been working at NASA way longer than I have, and I know I can always go to them for help or advice. Sebastian from St. Gabriel Consolidated School in Glendale writes, I want to know what it's like working there. Well, here's what a typical day is like for me. I work from home sometimes, but most days I go into the office. When I first get to work in the morning, I turn on my computer and I check my email and my calendar to see if I have any meetings that day. Then I start working on a task for my project. This is usually writing code on the computer or doing some math calculations. Some days I go to the lab and test my code or calculations to see if they're working properly. A lot of the times they aren't, but that's okay. When that happens, I go back and I keep working on it, and then I try again. Some days I go to meetings. During these meetings, we usually talk about the project and what everyone is working on. This is when I can ask for help if I need it. Zoe from Olmsted Falls Intermediate School in Olmsted Falls asks, what's the hardest part of your job? So I work at the NASA Glenn Research Center, and the keyword there is research. We're trying to do research, and we're doing things that no one has ever done before. This can be challenging because if I get stuck or I have a question, I can't use Google to find the answer. And I get stuck a lot. Things don't work a lot. But that's okay. That's all part of working in a research environment. Corin from Sherwood Elementary School in Cincinnati asks, I would like to ask, what part of your job is your favorite and why? So I might be biased, but I think I have the best job in the world. I love math and I love writing code, and I feel really lucky that I get to do that at work every day. I mentioned that working in a research environment is really hard because things don't work a lot. But that makes it really exciting when we're testing in the lab and things finally do work. And I also work with an amazing team of really smart and hardworking people who are always there to support me and help me when I get stuck. Henry from Grant Elementary School in Lakewood asks, what jobs can people have working at NASA? Well, Henry, people can have all kinds of jobs working at NASA. A lot of the people who work at NASA are scientists and engineers. These are the people who do research and experiments for aeronautics and space applications. This is me. I'm one of those engineers. We also have safety officials who help make sure we do our job safely and no one gets hurt. We also have people working on schedules and budgets. They make sure that things get accomplished on time and we can buy the equipment that we need. NASA also has artists, writers, and photographers that help us show off all the cool work that we're doing. Christopher from Ashtabula writes, I am a homeschooled boy and 13 years old. I have had major struggles throughout my life. My question is, what struggles did you have to overcome And how hard was it to do these things? For me, I would say that I struggled during engineering school. I was surrounded by a lot of really smart people, and sometimes I felt like I wasn't good enough. I will be the first to admit that I am not the smartest person in the room. But even though I'm not the smartest person, I still work really hard. So I have 2 pieces of advice for you about overcoming challenges. The first is that working hard matters a lot more than being smart. And the second is that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Remembering these things has helped me a lot, and I hope they help you too.